Everybody knows about the Netflix dead end situation. What is that? That paranormal show with the trans kid? Oh boy, it gets so much worse. You have no idea. You have no idea because you're an adult and you don't watch kids shows. That they are literally trying to trans your kids. They're trying to take your kids. They're trying to break your children's brains. And I don't know why. I don't know what the goal is here. I mean, I do know what the goal is, but like, I don't know how they don't see where this leads. Anyway, let's see what Amala Ekpunobi has to say about this.
Netflix is going viral because people are posting clips of what they're finding in their kids' programming. And it's transgenderism, non-binary identities, they, them pronouns, gay kisses, and the like. Now they're canceling their Netflix subscription.
And not only that, it's like they all have the same kind of art style. They must all be using the same artists or something. Because they all like, yeah, you'll see.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about Netflix.
I'll give you a like.
Netflix, we've been on you for quite some time. Okay, we knew this day was coming, but the day is here because people are posting clips of what they're
apparently Netflix didn't know. Like, how did they not see this coming? Also, how are you still using Netflix after the whole cuties thing? And how are you still using Netflix after they just kept releasing shit adaptations of everything and sequels and I'm out.
Finding in
I'm out on
Netflix's
it.
kids programming. And as I said before, it's they, them pronouns and non-binary this and trans that. And I'm going to show you the clips today. These are absolutely insane. Let's get straight into it here. Now, this was posted by Benny Johnson. He compiled a bunch of these. Let's watch.
How about you break out those moves?
For your two biggest fans.
I know I'm safe when I'm with my
What was
friends
that?
or other non-binary people.
Why does this look the same as the other one?
People who aren't female or male. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
He or she
Is this the same show?
doesn't
Okay,
fit who
same
I
scenes.
am. My apologies.
This is Transformers. This is Transformers.
Please switch therapies.
I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows.
There's
And
dead
being
end.
here, it's like a whole new place.
It's Cherry Chip.
Dude, the colors don't make any sense. They're just puked all over the fucking screen.
Reporting from the wedding of the year. Everyone's favorite karate instructor, Sensei Dave, will be marrying mixed martial arts champion Jiu-Jitsu Joe.
He's the undisputed champion of my heart.
Everything okay, friend? Oh, the last time I saw my grandma, I used a different name and pronoun.
Guys, I mean, there you have it.
A trans furry cow. Oh, okay. Okay.
I actually have more clips for you, and we're going to get to them in just a moment. But what other reason would there be for putting this in kids' content
I
other
wonder.
than to indoctrinate them into
It's so kids can feel included. It's inclusive. Diverse. If it's so diverse, why is it always the same shit over and over again?
transgender ideology, gender identity, the whole LGBTQ club that exists now? There's no other reason to be showing this to kids. And they will sell this to you under the guise of being inclusive or adding diversity or being equitable towards everybody and all identities. But what this really means is that we are showing concepts, ideas that kids are not ready for at an age in which they should never be hearing about this stuff. And they'll file it into their kids' programming so that when you put your little kid on the couch and you turn on Netflix or you give them the remote and say, which one do you want to watch? And they click Transformers or Strawberry Shortcake or something like that. This is what they're actually getting. You think you're going to...
You got strawberry, you got blueberry, you got blackberry, and you got transberry. That makes no fucking sense.
Sit down your kid and have them watch something about, I don't know, Jurassic Park or some robots or...
Yeah, you used to love Jurassic Park when you were a kid, right, parents? Well, your kid, go ahead, just put it on the TV, walk away, do the dishes, go to work, something. Let your kids watch it. That's no problem. It's normal and inclusive and diverse. All this shit, all these shows are run by pedophiles.
Or show them how to bake a cake, and suddenly they're being told about they, them pronouns, or watching two men get married. And guess what? That's fine if you want your kids to be watching that content, but a lot of people
It's
don't.
not.
And they're thinking...
No, it's not. It's not fine. Because that's sexualizing children. That is not fine.
they can just freely sit their kids in front of the TV and have them watch some Netflix because Netflix says that this is age appropriate for, I don't know, kids 7 and below or kids 4 and below. And then this is what your kids are.
Children, you should be focusing on who you want to have sex with. That's what you should be focused on.
Actually watching. For me, this would not be appropriate programming. And again, we've been talking about this for quite some time because these stories pop up intermittently as a new program hops on Netflix. Parents start watching it with their kids and all of a sudden they're going, what the hell are we talking about they, them pronouns? And why are we talking about gender surgeries and hormone therapy and how we refer to people and how we misgender others? And why are we having a conversation about sexuality? This is how the story goes. Now I'm going to show you another clip. This is from the Babysitter's Club.
We're not going to talk about morals and virtues. We're just going to talk about virtue signaling and what kind of morals that we're into. Get out of here with that. Get the fuck out of here.
You've all heard the Babysitter's Club, right? Well, this one happens in a medical setting, and we're going to watch a kid correct 2 medical practitioners on gender. Let's watch.
Bailey is not a boy. And by treating her like one, you are completely ignoring who she is. You're making her feel insignificant and humiliated. And that's not going to help her feel good or safe or calm. So, from here on out, please recognize her for who she is. And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown?
And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown? Because we all know with kids identifying as trans, it really honestly is as simple as that most of the
I've never seen that. What the fuck, man? Like, at this point, I don't trust any streaming services, so I don't pay for any of them because they're all fucking garbage, man. They're all run by pedos. I don't know what else to say. Like, you want me to sail the 7 seas, don't you? Yeah, they do, because that's what I'm gonna do. If they just, for some reason, somehow, some way, release something that's a banger that doesn't have this crap in it, I don't even care. I'm going to download it in an unconventional way.
At the time, these kids are liking things that are apparently associated with a certain gender, and you'll see a boy who likes pink or likes dresses or likes Barbie dolls, and all of a
I'll pay for Angel Studios, and that's what you've left me with.
Sudden we're calling the boy a girl, and this is what you're watching in Netflix kids programming. This is the Babysitter's Club, apparently on Netflix. Mind you, this is in a medical setting where it's really important that we know the actual sex of an individual, and we have a kid who is speaking up.
Well, the people who make the show have nothing to do with the medical field, guaranteed.
To 2 adults, okay, 2 people practicing medicine, and telling them how to do their jobs and how to refer to somebody. And by the way, can we get him somebody that's not blue because he's a she. I've had this issue with kids programming for quite some time. It's really shifted from like the times of Mr. Rogers, where we're trying to teach kids values and, you know, serenity and calm and slowness and how to speak to people and how to talk about very deep issues, but on a very childlike level, to kids now just trying to tell adults all the time who they are at any given moment and trying to.
Also, by the way, this didn't start like this. It started with stuff like Teen Titans Go, and like Peppa Pig, where they make the kids annoying. They make them annoying and teach them bad things, and they give a good moral message at the end of it. But that's not what the kids are focused on. They're focused on the bullshit all in the beginning and the middle part. And they emulate that.
Assert their independence over a world that cares about binary sex and, you know, wanting people to be heterosexual, I guess. It's completely changed and shifted into something that is not, in fact, a reflection of reality whatsoever. And it's just teaching little kids that not only should you like assert yourself onto the reality that you're living in, but you should also assert yourself onto adults and change your pronouns and make yourself unique and try a different sexuality. And while kids are going to be exposed to this stuff living out in the real world, and we can have real discussions about kids programming, doing that in a way that is safe, in a way that's educational, in a way that actually helps kids, this is not the way to do it. And clearly we have a bunch of adults.
Yeah, you're just going to separate people from society. You're going to create 2 systems. We're there. We're pretty much there. And it's just that our system is growing. Every single day, our system gets better. And eventually, all this bullshit is going to be squashed.
Adults who are sitting in Netflix, probably many of whom identify on some sort of scale of the LGBTQ plus community, maybe who are trans or who are non-binary, and they're thinking to themselves, I wish I had this in childhood, and I wish somebody told me this in childhood. So now I'm going to say it to every single kid who...
Yeah, the people that you wanted to tell you that in childhood would have been pedos. And now, guess what? You're a pedo.
watches this program on Netflix, which, mind you, this is millions of children all over the world, not just in the US, are watching Netflix. Now, here's another clip. This is from Strawberry Shortcake. And we all remember Strawberry Shortcake. I loved me some Strawberry Shortcake, okay? This old school sort of animation,
Dude,
little voice.
I love the aesthetics of this, and I did watch this when I was a kid. Like a normal male child, I was watching Strawberry Shortcake, and there was no problem with it.
The cutesy colors and everything going on there. Now, here's a clip that is going to be compared to the new Strawberry Shortcake. You tell me if you can spot the difference.
It's got that art style. It's got that art style. You know what I'm talking about. There's some kind of pattern to it. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. But it's like with that Tomb Raider thing, like fucking everything, that Concord style. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell. Does somebody got a name for this? Please give me the name for this, because I don't know how to explain the way this looks, but it just has that vibe and that swirly haircut.
Yeah, so here we have Strawberry Shortcake up top, and I don't know what we have going on at the bottom. Another boy in a dress, which again, it's fine. You know, boys sometimes like to wear dresses, and that's cool, okay? And if I have a kid at some point and he's a boy and he wants to throw on a dress and pretend to be a princess or whatever, we can have a conversation about doing that. But my goodness, do I want to watch shows on Netflix where the boys are just doing that flippantly and then they're changing their identity and calling themselves they, thems? No, sorry. I don't want that. I really don't want that. Everything's all fine.
I disagree so much, man. You gotta be flipped on the other side, Amala, or this is never gonna get better. Boys are not supposed to dress in girls' clothes. And that's that. Even if they're gay, don't let them. If they want to be an adult, like whenever they're an adult, if they want to be an adult, whenever they are an adult and they want to do whatever they want, let them do whatever they want. Like, it's none of your business anymore and they're an adult. But when they're a child, they gotta be a normal fucking kid. That's it.
And in fun and play, it's a whole different thing when we're talking about identity structures and who we are as people and how we refer to one another and changing our names and giving ourselves.
I agree with
pronouns.
that.
Then you
don't let your kid wear the opposite sex's clothes.
Start to piss me off. Here's another clip. This one is from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. That's a mouthful. Okay, let's watch.
Oh, there's that art style that I can't explain. It just looks like that dude.
God have mercy.
Hard. Real hard.
Jurassic World, you know? Jurassic World. Since when did this happen in Jurassic World? I thought it was about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, guys.
No, actually, they come up with the message and then they figure out how they're gonna tell that message, what they're gonna put around the message. They used to make a thing and then they worried about what kind of message they were gonna have. Not anymore. We do the opposite now. How are we gonna push our propaganda?
Oh my gosh! Look at this! Look at this! Jurassic World, guys.
I want a gay show. What should it be? Oh, I know, Jurassic World.
I love the narration in the background because I know that's how many of us are responding. Like, what the is going on? I thought this was about dinosaurs. It's about dinosaurs and gay love. At the same time, you know what, guys, we've seen this happen. You know, we've spoken about Netflix specifically. We've spoken about Disney and what they did in movies like Lightyear and Strange World.
Shit. Yeah, the same art style.
What they were doing with the whole, I think, Lucas movie and all this different stuff. It's layers upon layers of this sort of indoctrination infiltrating children's entertainment. We saw as Snoop Dogg, I think, took his grandson to go watch Lightyear, and he's like, well, why are the two women kissing and why did they have a baby? How did that happen? And you know, some people are ready for that conversation.
Did you know that Snoop Dogg got canceled so hard that he's homeless now and he's begging for money? Didn't happen. That did not happen. He's still just as successful, if not more successful, than ever.
And some people aren't ready for that conversation. Some people want their children to be exposed to that at a later date and they want to hold off on that. Some people just want to put their kid in front of the TV and have them watch a little movie or a show about dinosaurs. And they don't want two straight people kissing. They don't want two gay people kissing. They don't want two lesbians kissing. They don't want people talking about—
Well, if you want something normal, unfortunately, you're going to have to look into the past.
Non-binary identities. They don't want people talking about sexual identities and pronouns. And mind you, I put in a straight couple in there too, because, you know, I'm going to want to put my kid down in front of the TV and how about we watch nobody kissing? How about you're a child?
Yeah, right?
How about that's not for you right now? And
yeah, because the people who made it are pedophiles. and they can't help but to think about sexualizing the children.
And we don't need that right now. How about that? Here's another one.
The same people who want to defend maps.
This is from the Monster High movie.
I'm Frankie. Pronouns they, them. I'm only 15 days old.
Hi,
Claudine.
Bro, even the live action has that kind of look to it, man.
And that's hilarious. She goes, I'm only 15 days old, which is essentially what you're asking of these kids. So you're going to put like a 2-year-old. Okay, how many days old? And they, them pronouns. Nice to meet you. And a kid's going to go, oh my gosh, what's they, them? That's really strange. And that's really interesting. And this specific character just had a whole unique discussion about finding out who they are and how they're different and how they want a new identity. And I feel like that sometimes because I'm a literal child who's literally learning my place in the world at every given moment, at every single micro expression and movement and sound and word that I hear. And this person just got their whole special episode about being a they, them special non-binary person. I'd love to be a they, them special non-binary person. Just like when you watch Cinderella and you want to be the princess that gets swept off her feet, you know, and has the shoe that fits. Or when you watch Rapunzel, you want the long hair. Or, you know, you watch Tangled and they want to be the horse. You never know what a kid's going to want, okay? So you have to really get a handle on what you expose them to, because every single experience that they have opens up a new pathway, something else to discuss, something else for them to be attached to. And whether that's a negative or positive attachment is really up to the way they're exposed to it and how they interpret it. So you really need to know what your kids are watching. And if this is what you want them to be watching, guess what? It's available on Netflix, whether you knew it or not, okay? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? We have all the different diversity stuff that's taking place at Netflix. We have the whole Cuties program, which was like a movie sexualizing children that ended up on Netflix.
Yeah.
And there was a huge...
And all of the people that you'd think, all of the usual suspects came out to defend that movie. How about that? Dude, so many people. So many people.
Huge firestorm about, I'll show you, this is like an image, speaking of diversity, the whole Witcher series or whatever that's being put on Netflix. Here's the casting. Just look at the
By the way, race swap.
The diversity, equity, and inclusion on that. And we've spoken about Netflix doing this at length. They speak about this being a huge core part of how they work as an organization. In fact, they've created all these little charts for us to take a look at how much diversity, equity, and inclusion they have forced into their
Yeah, they're degenerate sex brained. They're basing all of this off of degenerates.
Programming over the years with creators, producers, writers, directors, everything moving up from like 15% of underrepresented communities, which means like LGBTQ people, women, disabled people, you know, black people or people of marginalized identities, moving up from 15% to nearly 30%. So just over the years, they are doubling up on pushing all of this stuff as much as they possibly can within the corporation, so much so that they'll even create a little graph and chart for you and hand it to you. This is happening at Netflix, it's happening at Disney, it's happening at all your like major, you know, TV and entertainment programming organizations, companies. It's happening at the Oscars and the Academy. This is what they want for your future. And when you're pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion behind the scenes with your creators, producers,
you know, they tell us all the time, don't believe what you read. Don't listen to the radio. Don't believe what you see on TV. Because it's all lies, it's all manipulations, it's all propaganda. So you really gotta curate what you would like your children to see. Don't let your kids watch anything if you haven't seen it first.
Producers, directors, yada, yada, that's going to infiltrate the storylines as well. These people come in with a very distinct agenda.
You want my advice, even if you yourself don't sail the 7 seas, if you want your kids to watch anything, sail the 7 seas for your kids. That's the only way that you're going to get around this shit.
To apply these things to the creations that they're making, and especially for children. And when I tell you that you often find this in children's programming more than anywhere else, it's because these people often have issues with their own childhood. They feel as though they had something stolen from them in childhood, that they didn't get to realize their identity fast enough, that they should have been exposed to it sooner. And the most malleable among us, the most vulnerable among us, are our children.
They're a bunch of retard, degenerate, sex-brained losers.
And this is what these people feel like they've had stolen from them. So they're going to go to these children
and they grew up to be pedophiles. How about that?
And to the best of their abilities, try to reinforce the agenda that they've realized in their adulthood with these children. Okay. And now guess what? People are responding by canceling their Netflix subscriptions and rightfully so. Okay, if you're going to give money over every single month to a corporation that is in no way promoting your values, and it especially is going out of their way to show different values to your children, and to call that programming safe for those children, you might want to cancel it. You might want to cut it out. Okay, so here is some screenshots of just people who are canceling. Elon Musk has sort of.
Are they really though? I know they are canceling, but as soon as there's a show that they want to watch, they're gonna get it back again, guaranteed.
Have picked up this whole story and has been sharing it on X, saying, yes, go ahead and cancel your Netflix subscriptions. And that has really added some fuel to the fire that's been starting here. Now, there are some reports saying that Netflix has lost over $15 billion in market value, and their stock is dropping over the last few days as this story sort of continues to grow and change. And we find more examples of what's happening with their programming. And I'm not at all surprised. I don't know if we're going to make a big enough.
I am going to show you the numbers. Oh, look at that! They're back up 10 points! Oh, they're going up! They're going up! Oh, look at, I mean, they're way down for the month. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, they're still way the fuck up. They never lost. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. All the people who saying, oh, Netflix, they're failing. It's cope. Netflix is fine. And nothing actually happened. And I guarantee you, most of the people that you see say they cancel their Netflix subscription, they only did it for the social media points. And they, one, either didn't actually do it, or two, they got it back immediately, or three, they will get it back very, very soon. Yeah, nothing actually happened.
Dent in this corporation for them to actually do anything about this and for them to start changing their programs. It does feel like they are completely overrun by ideologues, and we've seen that sort of shown in so many of the examples in today's videos. We've also seen it with Dave Chappelle and his whole Netflix special coming out, and the literal employees at Netflix attacking him for what was featured in his very own special. So the layers.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on all of it. I don't care. Y'all can have your gay pedophile shit, and I'm just gonna stick to my sailing the seven seas and only watching the things that I want to watch. Go fuck yourselves. I'm out.